Now let's talk about mini puffs. And mini puffs is really a misnomer because we don't have a word for, we can say sniff, but sniff is so much up here. So we go, and it's all in the nose. And we don't want that. We want it down the lower back. So we call it mini puffs, and then say do the opposite. So puffing would be, now do the opposite. And do it down your lower back. You can learn it, demonstrate it by making sound with it. That's a Mueller maneuver where you're sucking in against a closed glottis, but the glottis is not really closed. It's barely touching. What's his name? Jerome Hines did that for over 50 years with the Metropolitan. And so did Frank Corelli, demonstrated at master classes. It's totally harmless to the voice, and it develops your sustaining, the ability to exhale in a very sustained kind of way. And what we want to talk about here is not the sustained inhalation, but the interrupted one, which is mini puffs, we'll call them. It's a form of sniffing, but very, very deep in the lower back. And you go. Now, I want everyone to notice what that does when you do that. What does it do in your body? What does it do in your flanks? The muscles right above your hip bones go, and they start popping out. When I was working with Helge Luswang in Munich, he used to scream at me, the flanks, move your flank, use your flanks. So try to get it down, and when you do it, but once you get it down, it's almost provided by itself a position for leaning the breath. In other words, a punta da poncho, or some type of a poncho, depending on the individual person. So I go, ah, la, la. You can sing anything you want to off of this particular breath exercise. It's in Louisa Tetrasini's book on how to sing. So she used to go outdoors and get some, beautiful clean air, and then do mini puffs. So you go. Practice them open and close. Practice some 2 different vowels. And then do them silently through different vowels. Then practice your text mini puffing and go. A lot of singers use fast panting. But all we need is the inward movement of fast panting. The outward will take care of itself when you're ready to attack, because it's down in your flank muscles, and now they're ready to support the tone. Or I should say, you can lean on them and lean here, and it will support the lean of the breath against your diaphragm. So I go, right? Now, if the puff works well, I've practiced a lot, I've got it really so it does respond way down low, I don't need so many puffs. I can use it in performance 1 puff at a time. I can go 1 puff. La donne mobile, qual più malvendo, muda d'argento. Now, let's do it in tempo. So I go. La donna è mobile, qual più malvendo, muda d'accento, e di pensiero, sempre un amabile, leggiadro viso. In other words, I don't really have to breathe deeply. This is cousin to other kinds of breathing. The turkey baster, for instance. We have a turkey baster video, and the turkey baster is you squeeze while you're singing, and then you don't really breathe. All you do is relax your rib cage. This little sniff you do that is so deep, it can't sniff under the nose, it'll get your voice up here. So you have to do the opposite of a mini puff, right? In other words, a deep sniff way down in your lower back, and then it's somewhat like the turkey baster, except you are deliberately activating your flank muscles. So you go. And you practice it all day. Ah, ah, una furtiva lagrima negli occhi suoi spuntò. Quelle vestose giovani invidiar sembrò. So I can do whatever I want. I can sing dramatic music that way, or lyric music. Senta, willst du mich verderben? That's third act entrance of Eric in Flying Dutchman. So what do you have to do to be able to get this activity down in your flanks? Well, you've already hopefully been practicing pulling in your abdomen and breathing like your buttocks are balloons. And now you do the next step, which you do mini puffs, and you do these little quick drafts of air, and you try to take them down very low. You see what happens to my larynx? The larynx goes down without me. I'm not flexing any muscles at all. In fact, the larynx is still loose. See? But the air, sucking in the air, draws my larynx down. So all this business about the low larynx is not necessary with muscles. All you really have to do is just keep puffing. Try it.